I'm Edie Lush, executive editor of Hubculture. Here in Davos, it's 2026, and artificial intelligence continues to dominate the conversation. Really pleased to be here with Francis Pedraza. How are you?
Edie. I'm doing very well. It's my first time here.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
So, founder and chairman, Invisible Technologies and Infinity Constellation. So, first of all, you've built a portfolio of artificial intelligence companies. Service companies. They train most of the world's leading AI models. If you were advising somebody from Fortune 500 company, CEO, walking down the street here in Davos this week on their AI strategy, what would you say? What do they have to get right?
You have to get AI models out of pilot and into production, and most AI projects just fail in pilot. They never actually get implemented in the enterprise. And the reason is that SaaS companies are not the solution. You know, there's an app for everything, and yet we're still not adopting AI in the enterprise. And your internal engineering teams often cannot build these sorts of models in-house. So you need a company like Invisible Technologies with forward deployed engineers, field CTOs, who can build on-prem, containerized models where the data does not leave your servers. You build a totally custom application. The number of companies that are capable of doing that is 2. Us and maybe a few others that claim to. There's a lot of companies claiming to have that ability to build custom applications in-house and containerized models, but the number that can actually do it and have a track record of doing it is probably 2.
Give me an example of what it looks like when they get it right.
Imagine you have a huge data set that's proprietary. You never want your competitors to see it, what have you. And
in what industry?
And you're in a financial services industry, and you want to be able to look up every European telecommunications deal you've ever done as a firm, and you've been trying to build this for 6 to 9 months, and you're trying to power your investment process, and you don't have the ability to do that. And we build it in a few weeks, and you've got version 1, and it's working, and it works like the consumer AI applications that you're familiar with, but those aren't, those are not proprietary applications you can run your firm on. These are.
Interesting. So tell me a little bit about the innovator's dilemma.
Yes.
And it really famously explains why big companies fail to act. It sounds like it relates to exactly what we were just talking about. What is your approach to solving that?
Even tech companies experience the innovator's dilemma. This is what's misunderstood. If you read Clayton Christensen's book about the innovator's dilemma, he describes situations like the one we experienced a few years ago, where Invisible had to say no to everything that was outside of our core focus. We had to say yes to enterprises and governments who needed custom applications. We had to say yes to training big tech companies and their AI models. So we had to say no towards using AI to build a future recruiting firm, or using AI to build a small business solution set, or using AI to build an executive support service. And so we spun out Infinity Constellation last year, and there are 8 companies in that holding company that are all AI services companies going after all the things that Invisible had to say no to, and we're starting more companies. And so when your team is focused, you can't fight physics. You need to allow them to focus on what's working and attack up market. But if you're an innovator and you see another opportunity, you need to create a separate structure to go after that opportunity. And that's what allows innovators to keep going after many opportunities. And we're in a world of tremendous opportunity. But if you try to squeeze too much opportunity into one company, a company needs a mission, and that means focus. That means saying no.
Okay, so these companies, are they being run by humans or AI agents that you're spinning out?
I think this idea that AI is going to run companies, entire companies in the near future is overblown. I think
so you're not a member of that bet about the first unicorn company be run by an agent, by one person and an agent?
We talk about it a lot because it's an interesting way of thinking about how that future one-person unicorn would work. You would have a bunch of AI services vendors. And so we want to build that AI services suite around the future one-person unicorn. But that person is probably 35 years from now, not this year. And I think that relates to a lot of what we're saying about general artificial intelligence and artificial superintelligence. A lot of this is marketing. It's way, way off. we're actually living in a world where the majority of enterprises and governments are failing to get models into production, and we're not actually solving big problems in our society, and we're freaking out society by creating this bogeyman of like sci-fi AI that's not actually where we're at. Where we're at is that we're struggling to adopt AI, and we're struggling to solve society's biggest problems. And AI today involves humans in the loop. Like Invisible has 25,000 humans on any given week training models for our customers in 100 countries around the world, in experts in every subject, speakers in every language, and humans are very much in the loop in building AI models, both engineers and data trainers. And so we're in an age of synthetic intelligence more than artificial intelligence by itself.
So just related to that, at Davos, people are talking about, the leaders are talking about how to regulate AI without killing innovation.
Yes.
You think about in terms of preserving civilization itself. So what actually are the questions we should be asking?
Yeah. So the human experience is remarkably consistent. If you go back to ancient Egypt, ancient Sumeria, the oldest book, the Epic of Gilgamesh, the characters are just like us. They fall in love, they break their hearts, they get into wars, they make peace, they worry about dying, they realize they're going to die anyways. The human drama is very consistent. We have plumbing now, we have dentistry, we have Starlink satellites. We've made a lot of material progress, but I think in the age of AI, all of this power that we're building is just making clearer and clearer that the human condition is consistent. And so without spiritual progress of some kind, there's the risk of us continuing to be in a world where we're full of suffering, full of violence. So how do you solve this? I think the mistake is to think that technology is either the problem or the solution. We are the problem, and if there's a solution, it's from within.
So just finally on that, we are actually the first generation on this planet that has the ability to eliminate, or the first generation, we're also the first species that has the ability to pretty much decide whether we all live or die. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're the first generation to be physically impacting the Earth, if you want to call it the age of the Anthropocene.
Yes.
Right? You
Yes.
can. So my real question is, if you were going to tell the leaders here today, right, there's one thing that you need to do around artificial intelligence to make sure that these bogeymen that we all get, are scaring people about, but that it doesn't actually happen, what would it be?
I think education is the great opportunity with AI. This is what the conclusion Plato came to in the Republic. We're doing, I started a nonprofit last year, Eternity Foundation, to do AI translation of 6 million pages of Sanskrit and Tibetan texts that have been digitally scanned but have never been translated before, because knowledge and wisdom is the foundation of a stable, harmonious society. It's the thing that we all have in common around the world. Is that we have these vast libraries full of knowledge and wisdom. Everyone cares about learning, and learning, we all recognize learning is the key to human progress. And so AI creates for the first time the ability to create an AI tutor that is able to teach each student in a very custom way. And the ability to reach every single human being with a tutor of that nature is revolutionary. One of the Infinity companies, Lightning Studios, created the Great Library of Alexandria, alexandria.wiki, and we have an AI tutor called Virgil who will guide you through the great books of civilization. And I think this is the sort of endeavor that is possible now when we rethink how we do society, as a whole. Like one of the biggest problems is education. Of course, there are others, healthcare, et cetera, but we should be trying to focus AI on solving problems in our society instead of worried about some superintelligence taking over humanity.
All right, Francis, thank you very much
You're
for
welcome, Edie.
stepping out of
Thanks
what
for
feels like
asking
a Neil Stephenson novel to talk about education and AI. I'm Edie Lush, Executive Editor of Hubculture, and this is Davos 2026.
Thank you.